On Daf Lamed Gimel Amid Beis, we're up to Tani Rav Tachlif, about 10 lines down from the page. And the Gemara is quoting a brisa with regard to selling the Shara Mazik, or being Magdish the Shara Mazik. And Bar Marova means he was a Ben Eretz Yisrael, Kamei de Rabbi Avo. Mecharo, if the Mazik sold the Shara Mazik, Ein Mocher, it's not a valid sale. But Hekdisho Mugdosh. So the Gemara is now going to analyze what's the difference between Mechira, which is not valid, but Hekdish is valid. Mecharo Man. Ilema Mazik, if we, as we assumed before, was the Mazik who sold it, then Mecharo Ein Mocher, why would it be an invalid Mechira? Unless we introduce the sheet of Rabbi Akiva. Mani, Rabbi Akiva, di Omar, Huchlat Ashar, which means that from the time of the Nezek, the Shar Hamazik goes over to the Bailus of the Nizak, and therefore the Mazik can't sell the Shar. But then what are you going to do with the Sefer? Because it says Mugdosh, Hekdisho Mugdosh, the Hekdish is valid. Ason le Rabbi Shmuel, that could only fit with Rabbi Shmuel di Omar, Yusham Ashar beBezdin, that Bezdin will evaluate the Shar, and they will determine how much the Mazik will pay from the value of his Shar. But the Shar itself belongs to the Mazik, and hence he can be Magdish. So it comes out very strange that the Reisha reflects the Shita of Rabbi Akiva, of Huchlat Ashar, and the Sefer, Rabbi Shmuel, of Yusham Ashar. Ella, says the Gemara, we have no choice. If we want to maintain the integrity of this brisa, we're going to have to assume that it was the Nizak who sold the Shar. And Mecharo, Eino Mochur. So why is the Nizak blocked from selling his Shar? Mani Rabbi Shmuel. And Rabbi Shmuel holds that the Shar belongs to the Nizak. And just one second. The Shar is Mamono Shel Nizak, according to Rabbi Shmuel, because it was holding Yusham Ashar. The Mazik cannot sell it. Hekdisho, if the Nizak sold it, Mugdosh Asan Rabbi Akiva, who holds that the Shar belongs to the Nizak. I got it. So again, which animal is being sold? The live animal, the Shar Mazik. And the Mecher is invalid according to Rabbi Shmuel because the again, I'm sorry, I thought I had this. You know what? I'm gonna suggest here that Masifta is messing me up. Unless maybe you could check in your Mefarshim. I think Mecharo here is referring to the Mazik. And therefore, the Mazik, if he sells I think this is all part of the Gemara's Kasha. Second, the Gemara is asking, At what? If do you have it, Rabbi? Again, the Nizak.
What I have here is v'kavanato yachol shehanizak yachol lachzor u'legabot et ashor avur tashlum hanezek. Dehamish abdaleh.
But how's
Shor now belongs to Nizak.
How's he interpreting the word mecharo? That's where I got stuck. Who's actually selling the shor?
That it's the Nizak has already taken possession of it.
Of the shor mazik?
The Nizak takes the shor hamazik, yeah.
And he sold, and the Nizak went ahead and sold it?
Yeah. Kach nir ali.
Okay, give me a second. So the Nizak took possession of the shor mazik and went ahead and sold the shor mazik. And Rabbi Shmuel holds Yusham Ashor, which means that the Nizak can't sell the shor the mazik. But he writes here in the Masifta, Lefichach Eina Mazik Yochel Mochra.
Because already
again, I think there's a mistake here. I honestly, it's not the first time I'm finding a mistake here in the Masifta that's really confusing me. Yeah, but wait a second. It's still complicated because then it says Hikdish Mugdash. So again, if we're talking about the Nizak selling, so how could the Nizak sell the Shar the Mazik? That can only be according to Rabbi Akiva because he holds
about Mugdash.
Because Yuchlat Ashar. Okay, so now the Gemara is asking, the Reisha reflects Rabbi Shmuel and the Sefer Rabbi Akiva. The Reisha reflects the fact that the Nizak could not sell the Shar the Mazik, and the Sefer reflects the fact that the Nizak could be Magdish the Shar the Mazik. Okay? Li Olam, says the Gemara, no, Mazik. Now the Gemara is rejecting this last ukimta that it was the Nizak who sold the Shar, but rather it was the Mazik who sold the Shar, and the Mazik was Magdish the Shar. Divrei HaKol. And that could work out even according to Rabbi Akiva. How so? No. There's Mecharo and there's Hikdisha. So in the case of Mecharo, so in case of Mecharo, according to Rabbi Shmuel, it should be a valid Mechira, because Yusham Ashar means that the Shar Mazik still owns, the Mazik still owns the Shar Mazik. Says the Gemara, Afilu Rabbi Shmuel, Do Meshabdile Nizak. In other words, when it says Eino Machur, it doesn't mean that the sale is invalid. Let me just see what he says here. It's Meshubad. That's what it means. It means the Nizak has rights, if need be, to collect his compensation from the Shar, which is now in the hands of the Lokeh. But it doesn't mean that the Mechira is Bata. Hikdisho, Mugdash, Afilu Rabbi Akiva. So now we have a problem. If the Mazik was Magdish the Shar, and Rabbi Akiva holds Yuchlat Ashar, how could the Magdish be Magdish the Shar? It's going to be a Takonis Chacham. Mishum Rabbi Avo, Diyom Rabbi Avo, even though technically the Hegdesh is not Chal, but Gzera Shem Yomru Hegdesh Yotzi below Pidyon. In other words, we're going to require some Maisa Pidyon on behalf of the Magdish in order that the spectator shouldn't come to the state conclusion that Hegdesh could be Yotzi without Pidyon. Toda Rabbanon, Shar Tam Shehizik Ad Shelo Amad Bedin. Mecharo Machor Hikdisho Mugdash. Shchato V'Nosno Matona Mashasa Osu. So this applies before the mazik was omed b'din. Right? The nizak has not yet taken the mazik to din. And therefore the mazik at this point could sell it and he could be magdish it. But Misha Omad b'din, the Brisa continues. Now the shor becomes Momono Shalan Nizak, which means that we're holding Yuchla Rashol like Rabbi Akiva, and therefore Mecharo Edu Mochu, and Ikdisho Edu Mukdash. Shchatu Nesanu Batana loss of lo klub. Good. Now, Kodmu Bale Chovos, let's say the Mazik has an outstanding debt, Fig Biu, and they collected the shor in lieu of that debt. So before the Nizak got a chance to, how do you say, Lemamesh, to actualize his rights to take the shor Mazik, the Balchov came along and confiscated the shor Mazik. His Bain Chav ad shelo hizik ubein hizik ad shelo chav lo osu v'lo klum. So whether or not the chov came before the hezek or the hezek came before the chov, in both cases, the balchov's collection of the shara mazik is invalid. Lefisha ein mishtalim el migufa, meaning that shara mazik is designated for the collection of the chov of the mazik to the nizak, namely of the compensation. Now, all of this applies in the case of a shar tam, she'ena mishtalim el migufa. What about a shar muad? Muad shehizik, bein shalom b'din, bein shalom b'din, mecharo machor ikdisho mugdash, shchatum v'nosno matona mashasa asui, kadmu balei chovos v'gbiu, bein chav ad shelo hizik, bein hizik ad shelo chav, masha asa asui. So Balchov has a right to collect the animal of the mazik. Lefisha ein mishtalim el min aliyah. In other words, the guf hashar is not meshubad to the nizak. Just wondering if that could work out even according to Rabbi Akiva. Omar Mar, we learned in the Tosefta, mecharo, if the mazik sells the shartam before Amar B'din Machu. And what is the nature of that sale? L'raja. It means that the buyer, on a temporary basis, could enjoy the benefits from the shar that he purchased, and we recognize that purchase is valid. And when the nizak comes now, if need be, to collect and confiscate the shar from the buyer in lieu of the collection of the chov of nezek, then he can't collect the dmei charisha. In other words, that charisha that was done, that accrues to the private ownership of the buyer, and the nizak has no recourse to take away that charisha, meaning to bill him for renting his animal for charisha. Long discussions about this. And basically, I think the thrust of it is that this has to reflect the Shita of Rabbi Shmuel. It can't reflect the Shita of Rabbi Akiva. According to Rabbi Akiva, the buyer is out because Yuchad Ashar, it belongs to the Nizak. Hikdisha Mukdash Mishum Rabbi Avo, as we said earlier, that people shouldn't say that Hegdesh is Yotze below Pidgin. Shachato, now the Mazik went in and he shechted his shar, but his shor is a shor tam. The son of matonu masha also osu. So Gemara says the following: Bishleim and the son of matonu masha also osu l'radio. It means that even though the nizak could confiscate the shor from the hands of the lokeach, but when the lokeach enjoyed the benefit of charisha, the nizak can't touch that money. Ela shchato, if the mazik shechted his shor tam, that was mazik. Affecting Gemara, leisei v'lishtalem mi bisare. Why can't the nizak say, divvy up the meat after the shchita and pay me up with the meat? The Sanya, we learned in a brisa. This brisa is interpreting the pasuk Machur es Ashor Achai, Einli El Achai Shchato Minayin. How do we know that the nizak has rights to collect his chov from the basar of the shechted shor tam? Talmud Lomar Umacharo Umachru es Ashor Mikol Makom. So Ribu here that they could sell the shor in any event. So now we're stuck with the question, why if he shechted it, the mazik when he shechted it, it mash also. Rav Shizbi, Einachinami, the nizak can collect his chov of the hezek from the shar shachar from the basa. V'lo nitzrecha, what is Tosefta talking about? El lepchas shchita. If as a result of the shchita, the value of the shar decreased, and it's worth much more in the market alive than it is dead as meat, the mazik doesn't have to pay the differential to the nizak. The fact that it went down, and the nizak has to accept it as it is, even though it's deflated in its value. Amar Avuna B'Rei Rav Yeshua Zoso Meres. We're going to derive a conclusion about shibudim. Hamazik es shibudo shel chaver patur. Let's say a person borrows money, he's a love. His sada is now mishubedes to the malve, and he went ahead. He was mazik that karka patur. He doesn't have to pay the malve the compensation for the hezek, because at the moment that he was mazik, it wasn't the malva's karka. Affecting more pshita. What's the chiddush here? Mao de tema hasam who, in the case of a mazik who shechts the shor, and we said he's potter from the tmei pchas di amar le, he could say to the nizak lo chisartich v'lo midi. Meaning, here's the shor. Take it. Take my dead shor as basa. Zika bi alma hu deshakli minach. All I took was the life breath of the shor. Avol bi alma lechayev. I would have thought that in general, if a person is mazik shibuda shel chavero, then he should be chayev. So what's mazik shibuda shel chavero? I mean, why can't he say, well, here's the animal. I just took away the ruach of the animal. The answer is he took the karka that was mishubad to the malva, and what did he do with it? He drilled holes in it. So he's mamish mazik the shibud. And Kamash Malon, that's what Rav Huna wants to tell me, that even a mazik mamish, not that he just took the life breath out of the shor, he destroyed the karka, he's potter. Fact, the Gemara Hanami Rabba Amora. This we also know from Rabba. The Omar Rabba Sorev Shtarosa Shel Chavero potter. In other words, the Gemara now equates Sorev Shtarosa Shel Chavero to mazik shibudo. What does it mean, mazik shibudo? Once the malvish star is up in flames, he can't collect his chov from the lover. So why did Rav Huna have to repeat that which we know from Rabbah? Ma'oditem, I would have thought, if not for the statement of Rav Huna, Pasam hu di omale. There, Rabbah says, when you burn someone's star, you're patur, because the soref has a right to say to the malva, the balashtar, niyara bi alma koli binoch. I just burnt a piece of paper, a piece of parchment. It's what we call a hezek shein nika. Aval hecha de chafer ba boros sichim oros. If the mazik went ahead and he destroyed the karka itself, and that's called hezek nikar, begufa karka, it's nikar, is l'chayev, the mazik should be chayev for destroying the shibud. Kamashon Rav Huna wants to teach me that the hacha kiman de chafer baboros sichim oros domi v'ka'amar masha asa asu. So we really could derive a conclusion here. This is a leap of faith that mazik shibudish chaveru, even in the case of a hezek nikar, is potter. Okay, we go back to the Tosefta. Kadmu bale chovos vigbiu. So they collected the shar in lieu of a payment for the debt, the outstanding debt. Is bein chav ad shelo hizik, bein hizik ad shelo chav lo osav lo klum lefisha ein shartam. We're talking about shartam mishtalim ela migufo. So there's a special shibud to the nizak in the shartam that was mazik. In fact, the Gemara Bishleim, I understand hizik ad shelo chav. If the hezek of the shar took place before the mazik had borrowed money, then I understand clearly why the nizak could take the shar out of the hands of the mazik spalcho, because nizakin kadmu. Right, the shibud to the nizak came before the shibud to the malva. Avol chav ad shelo hizik. If first the chov took place, is then we have a principle bal chov kadim. The first bal chov gets rights to collect from shibudim before the second bal chov. So the shor was meshubed to the malva before the nizak steps into the picture, before the Maisa has it.